My name is Valerie Cochran. I'm the Assistant State Nursing Director for Public Health, and I'd like to welcome you today and thank you for taking a little bit of time out of your busy day to watch this video conference about Partnership for Temporary Cash Assistance for Needy Families, also known as TANF, drug screening. It's a partnership between the Alabama Department of Public Health and the Alabama Department of Human Resources. First of all, I'd like to tell you that the reason for this is to scan certain individuals, not everybody, but whoever DHR deems necessary to come to the health department to be screened for drugs using a urine test. We're not quite ready to start with it yet, but Pete's going to take care of that. And first of all, we want to tell you about the supplies that you need, and I'm going to let Pete Preston, who is the microbiologist division manager, to tell us about the equipment that you're going to need.
Well, good morning, everybody. This is very, very simple. Once you have been contacted, you will be getting one of these individuals in. You will contact the laboratory, and we will send you a specimen collection kit. And right here in front of, we've got the contents of it. It will come in a nice, exciting box like this. It's an insulated styrofoam box. In it, we'll have a cold pack, a couple of specimen collection cups for the urine, two just in case that the first one doesn't go real well, and of course the specimen collection form. Once you collect you want to make sure you put your cold pack in the freezer once you receive the kit, so that it'll be ready to go whenever you do have the collection. So it'll be ready to go. So that's what is all in this wonderful kit.
Okie dokie. Once you get the kit, I'll tell you that the person is going to call you. The area nursing director is going to implement this program throughout the area. And each county health department needs to have at least 2 people who are able to perform the entire process. You have to be trained to do the drug screening, and employees who are not screened should not participate in any of the collection process. The DHR staff will determine who needs to be screened, and then the DHR employee will call the county health department to let the county health department know when the person is coming. And they will give you a 10-day time frame to make the appointment. So the person has 10 days before they're tested to come to the health department. You'll make the appointments Monday through Thursday from 8 a.m. till 10 a.m. And once the appointment has been made, like Pete said, you need to call him at this number, 260-3423, which of course area code is 334, to obtain a test kit. If somebody does not come to their appointment at the correct time, you do not have to see them. They need to contact their DHR worker and make another appointment. Children are not going to be permitted to go into the restroom with the person having the drug screen. They're going to be notified of that by the DHR staff. So please note that we are not going to provide babysitter services. We're not going to watch children while somebody's having a drug screen. Additionally, the person being screened cannot take their purse or their wallet or anything like that. Nothing can go with them into the restroom. We are not going to watch clients' valuables, so they need to be told not to bring anything or to lock it up in the trunk of their car. So when the client comes to the health department, the trained employee should be notified. And then the employee needs to make sure that that person did in fact have an appointment. If they did not have an appointment, they will not be seen. Additionally, if they're late or something like that, you don't have to see them. They need to go back through their DHR worker. You don't have to open a CHR for the person. And there is a form that you'll need to fill out, which is the BCL 318. And it has information at the top that you need to complete. I don't know if, Nick, maybe you could show the form right here that's in front of Pete. It does have a slot on there for what specimen it is, either the first, second, or third specimen. That really does need to be completed because we sometimes DHR is going to send somebody back if something was wrong and may send them back a third time. And additionally, we don't charge for the first specimen, but if they come back for a second or third test, they will be charged a $50 fee for that. So you need to, all that information needs to be filled out on there. So you need to check their identification, which could be a driver's license, some kind of information from their church, a work badge, a military ID card, or a U.S. passport. They do have to have some sort of identification, and if they don't, once again, we're not going to test them. These are some other identification things that you could use just in case you need them. Like I said, people that don't have an ID are not going to be tested. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a photo ID, but that would be a better thing to use than just a piece of paper. So once a person has been identified, the employees will be asked to sign the TANF log. That is available, and actually this whole procedure is going to be in the lab manual. So these forms will be in the lab manual as well, and you can download the form that goes with the specimen. You can download that from the internet if you need to, off the labs page on the internet. So the patient needs to give you their full name, the last four of their social security number, and their date of birth. And like I said, they have to secure all their valuables, or we're not going to test them if they refuse to do that. So there is a specimen cup. Pete, if you'll hand that to me, I'd appreciate it. The specimen cup is just like this, and it's got information on it that needs to be completed, which includes the name, the date of birth, and the date and the time that is on here. When you also the employee's initials need to be put on there as well. So give the client the specimen cup, and they'll have you need to tell them they've got 5 minutes to give you a urine sample, and you should never go into the restroom with them. They need to go in by themselves, and you need to make sure that they are in the restroom by themselves. And then the client needs to return the cup to you sealed. Make sure when you get the cup that the lid is on it, but wear gloves, and then always make sure you take the cup from the bottom, don't take it from the top, just in case they didn't put the lid on well enough. And then with two gloved hands, secure the top and screw it on real tight, and then set the cup aside, take your gloves off, and wash your hands. Always wash your hands after touching the cup. There's no need to worry about catching anything from this sealed cup, but it's always good to wash your hands after you handle it. And when you get the specimen, you need to make sure, feel the bottom of it and make sure it's warm to the touch. And if it's not warm, if it feels cold, that usually means that the patient brought some urine in with them from somebody else. So if it's not cold to you, it's not warm to you, then you need to refuse the specimen, give it back, give them another cup, and give them another chance to collect another specimen. And once the client leaves the area, then you need to package the specimen in the kit, like Pete said, as far as put in the cold pack. And you don't have to specifically use the cold pack that came with the box. You can use any cold pack you've got. You just need to make sure that you've got some that are available and that aren't leaking and are ready to use. So once again, complete all the information on both sheets. HIPAA. Complete everything on the collection log and also on the form, and the specimen can be sent with the normal specimen pickup back to the lab. If something happens and the specimen doesn't go, you need to call the lab and they'll give you some instructions about what to do about that. There are some safety concerns as far as this goes. We'll tell you that you're not going to have to you're going to tell the patient, y'all don't have the results. You're not going to get the results back at the health department. There's nothing that you're going to know once that specimen is gone. So they'll get their results from DHR. They will not get them from the health department. Also, there were some issues about whether the employee needs hepatitis B vaccine. Hepatitis B vaccine is not recommended for collecting urine specimens. Hepatitis B is really blood and other kind of body fluids spread that way. But the main thing is to wear gloves, and also once you take the gloves off or handle anything, wash your hands. And like I said, the lab staff, only the lab staff will know the results of the testing. The clinic staff will not. And that's pretty much all we've got to say today. And if you've got any questions, we'll be glad to answer them. But once again, your area nursing director is responsible for implementing this procedure in the health department. It will be, the instructions will be in the lab manual because it is a lab test. It's not clinic protocol. Any staff member can do this, nurse, clerical person, a social worker, the clinic aide. And you need to, the main thing is make sure that you know how to take your gloves off and wash your hands afterwards. But please do call the lab if you have any questions. Thank you. Have a good day.